What is up, you guys? Miranda from Aesthetics. Today's video is going to be a Q&A, and I'm going to answer the questions that you guys asked me on my Instagram. And if you don't follow me there yet, then make sure that's the first thing you're going to do when watching this video. Link is in my description box down below. And with that said, let's get right into the questions. When can you conclude that you have reached a fat loss plateau? How many days? So in general, there will be 2 weeks, right? Fat loss is not a linear process, meaning you will not lose weight every single day. So a lot of people who don't lose weight for 2 days in a row, they will drop their calories drastically again and keep doing this over and over again because they steadily want to keep losing fat. But you got to realize that that is not a linear process. So reality is you may actually not lose weight for a whole week, and then the 8th day you may actually drop fat immediately. So what you always want to look at is about 1 to 2 weeks before making any changes. How much cardio while cutting? That completely depends on your personal goals. Actually, whether you like cardio or not, what your calories are at, and in how much of a deficit you want to be. You can actually lose fat without doing cardio if your diet is in check, right? Because cardio burns calories. You can also subtract those calories from your macros instead of adding cardio. For me personally, I like to do cardio up to 5 times a week when I'm cutting, and I usually do it at the end of the workout. If I do high intensity interval training, I will do that for a maximum of 2 to 3 times a week, because that also affects your central nervous system, and if you do that too often, it will hurt your recovery, especially when you're cutting body fat. But like I said, it really comes down to personal preference, and it's really about the combination of the cardio and the diet that will decide whether you're going to lose fat or not. How did you make up the idea to start with student aesthetics? Alright, so the thing basically was that, I've told this many times in different videos. The first 2 years of my lifting career, I was following bodybuilding magazines type routines and from pro bodybuilders, and I really didn't see any results at all because I was training the wrong way and I was dieting the wrong way. For example, eating only proteins, 300 grams a day, shit like that, and it wasn't getting me any results. Now, once I started finding out the right ways of training, I started getting results really rapidly, and I still noticed that a lot of people in the gym were doing these bro type splits, and they were dieting the wrong way, and every single year they looked exactly the same. They didn't make progress at all because they are natural and they should be training in a different way, right? So I decided you know what, I never went up to people and told them they were training the wrong way, because I feel that's kind of cocky, or some people may not like it when you walk up to them and approach them. So I was you know what, I'm gonna make YouTube videos, I'm gonna do this online, and if people want information, they can come to my channel and get it from there. But I was really this is my passion, and I want to share this information because I knew it was gonna help people. All my friends started training this way as well, and we all started seeing great results. I was you know what, I just want to share this with the world, and that's how it started. I just wanted to help a few people, and I basically went out from there, but that's really how I got started. How many calories do you eat per day while cutting? So that really depends how deep I'm into a cutting phase and whether I'm doing a slow cut or a mini cut. So that's a cut in which you want to lose fat a little bit faster. But in general, I would say, around 2,500 calories a day. Does full body 3 times a week still work for intermediate lifters? Hell freaking yeah, right? Trust me on this one. Full body, I believe, is one of the greatest routines for a natural, whether you are advanced, whether you are a beginner, when beginner especially. But if you're advanced still, it's an awesome routine. The reason I am not doing it is because I simply can't handle it to only go to the gym 3 times a week, right? I just want to go more often. At the same time, I'm shooting YouTube videos, so I kind of have to go into the gym because I want to shoot videos there, right? So that's why I'm not doing it. But I have done full body in the past, actually a couple months ago, and I saw amazing results even though I'm intermediate. And when I'm going to travel next month with Nabil, I'm going to be doing full body as well 3 times a week. So stay tuned on that, and you guys will see my progress. But I have a lot of clients doing full body routines, and it works amazing. You can do it 3 times a week or every other day. I promise you some sickening gains. If you were just starting your fitness journey, how would you approach your first YouTube videos to get some attention? You know what, I'm gonna be very honest here. I don't think there has to be a crazy strategy for your first YouTube video. A lot of people wanna think they're gonna make one first bombing video, it's gonna go viral and they're gonna make it. In my opinion, it doesn't work that way. You just gotta start. It doesn't matter how you start, just get your ass into making these videos. You guys, my first video, I don't think it was good at all. I think it has been removed by YouTube actually. A lot of videos of mine got deleted, but the first videos honestly weren't great, but I just got my ass into making these videos and I got better and better and better. And that's how it works, you just gotta get out there and you gotta put something out there. And what it's all about is consistency, and that's way more important than having your first great video. It's way more important that you upload 3 times a week from the start and show the people that you are dedicated to doing this and that you will, continually provide them with content. And that's really how you attract attract people in my opinion. What would you choose? Losing your hair and get bigger calves, or have even lol smaller calves? Thank you, bro. And keep your hair. I would keep my hair, guys. Come on, like, calves are not everything. Honestly, when it comes to girls, I think they care more about my hair than my fucking calves, you know what I mean? And for myself as well, like, I mean, I would love some bigger ass calves, but my hair is precious, man. You don't fuck with that. Where do you start with turning your passion into a profit? All right, it's a good question. I'm not sure if I'm the correctly right person to ask. I mean, I was able to do it, but honestly, I did not have a plan. And that's who I am. I don't plan out stuff. When I have an idea, I work. I put all my time into it. And so that would be my advice, you know, from my experience. Just find something that you're so passionate about, that you're willing to do whatever it takes, that you're willing to put in hours and hours of working on it, even if it was for free, you know, even if you didn't get anything back for it. The first 1.5 years of student aesthetics, I didn't earn a single penny, you know. So for me, it was just that I found something that I wanted so bad, and, you know, I found so fun that I was willing to do it for no money, because this was just my hobby, right? I turned my hobby into profit. And that's what I think you gotta realize first. Is this really your passion? And if you really want to help people and inspire people, it doesn't really matter how you start, you know, just start. That is always my advice. Don't think too much about how to start. Don't think too much about how will people look at this, how am I gonna, you know, my website and this and that. Just start somewhere, you know. You got to take that first step, and from there on out, I can tell you guys, like, doors will open, opportunities will knock, and slowly but surely you will get deeper and deeper into it. You don't want to, you know, do everything perfectly right away. I made a lot of mistakes when starting this business, you know. I come from nowhere, you know. I had a couple $100. I built my own website. I made a lot of mistakes with that. It took me freaking months to build that website. It took me so much time, and, you know, I put all that time in for free because I loved it so much and I wanted it. And you know, so my advice is just start somewhere and get better from there, and from there on out you will expand. You will find more ways of doing things, and then one day, if you work hard enough, I can promise you that you can turn your dreams into reality. But you have to realize that it's an investment, and it can literally take years. You know, some people may do it way quicker than I have, but it took years for me to build this business and to make a living out of it. So that's why I'm extremely grateful, man. It just started as my hobby, and right now living the freaking dream, man. It's crazy. Rack pulls for upper back gains. Hell yeah, bro. Seriously, rack pulls are one of the best exercises for upper back thickness. I've done it a lot in the past. Right now in my routine, I'm not doing it because, like, one day later I do legs. And then I notice it still kind of fucks me up because my lower back is then kind of fried. So when I'm doing squats, like, I don't like it. But yeah, rack pulls are really amazing exercise. Best way to track macros without cooking your own food. General tips for teenagers, all right? So I'm assuming you eat with your parents, or you eat at a cafeteria at school, etc. What I recommend is going for the portion size method. So it may be a little bit less fun because you still can't eat everything you want, and simply tracking into your macros is a little bit harder. But what you do is you basically have like 5 set meals per day that are around the same portion size. And once you start doing that, and you start tracking your weight for about a week, you can see whether you gain weight or lose weight or stay the same. Then you can up the portions a little bit or make them smaller, and that's pretty much how easy it is. So when you're cutting, you can throw in intermittent fasting as well, and stick to like 3 meals, for example, and then you will see like you're cutting down. And obviously this way will not be as accurate as tracking macros, but I mean, who cares? It all doesn't have to be perfect, guys. You gotta work with what you have to work with, right? That's the reality of life. So I recommend the portion size method if you don't have a way to track your food intake. Best thing about your lifestyle. So for me right now, the best thing about the lifestyle that I live is that I have all the freedom in the world to, you know, do what I want, to plan in my own hours, to travel the world. You know, so that for me is really the biggest privilege, and I haven't made use of it that much yet because I've done a few travels here and there, but right now I want to take these travel plans to the next level, because I can work from any place in the world, which is an awesome privilege that not a lot of people in this world have, and that I really want to, you know, make use of. I'm 21, I want to explore the world and build even further on my business while doing that. So I guess that's definitely the best thing about this lifestyle. For how long will you bulk? When will you start cutting? All right, so I started this bulk last summer, at the end of summer, and I've been bulking up until now, and I will be up until, I suppose, around April or so, and then I will cut down April, May, June, and then I'll be lean in summer. How many views did you get at the beginning of your YouTube career, and how did you start getting more and more? Right, so I actually said this on Snapchat on a Q&A there last week. Somebody was asking whether I already had like a social media presence before I started getting into YouTube, so I started getting views like really rapidly, but that was not the case. So I started my first YouTube video, and I got 301 views because I refreshed it myself. You know, I did that for like the first couple of weeks, right? I just started refreshing, because otherwise, like, it just looks so bad, man, to have less than 300 views. But the thing is, with YouTube, you can only refresh up to like 300. So that's what I always did. So I got around 300 views in my first videos. And then very slowly that started improving. And within a couple of months, I think I reached 1,000 views per video. And I was super stoked about that. When I had 1,000 views, I was like, wow, this is sick, man. This is sick. I already had like kind of like a feeling like I made it, bro. So I remember those were really good times when I hit the 1,000 views per video. But yeah, it just really slowly started increasing. And then exactly 1 year ago, about December, January, my channel started kind of blowing up. And so that happened after about 1.5 years consistently putting out videos. But yeah, man, I started like everybody else. I started with, you know, only my friends watching and some family and stuff. But like, you know, it's really hard at the beginning and you start feeling pretty bad. But you gotta keep on going, man, I'm telling you. The beginning is so hard, and you feel like, you know, you're doing it for nobody because only 100 people are watching. And, you know, I was putting out videos 2 to 3 times a week, putting a lot of effort into it. So sometimes that felt kind of bad, but you gotta realize, like, everybody who is somewhere, people that are at the top, everybody starts somewhere, you know. You're not born like that. I mean, some people are born with like privileges, but a lot of people that are at the top and that made it, you know, they are just regular persons like you and me. So it's like, you know, you gotta start somewhere. So yeah, that's it. Was there a specific event that made you want to do YouTube full time, or did you realize you wanted to do it gradually? Yes, like gradually, I obviously realized that this was my dream. Ever since the start, you know, I wanted to do this full time, and that would be like, but that was kind of like an unrealistic dream. That would be awesome. You know, I was laying in bed thinking about that shit, but I was like, you know, I was like, ah, this is just a dream. But once I started making, you know, more money than my parents, I started realizing that, you know, right now, I really don't see why I should be studying anymore. Because my channel is still growing by the week. I'm earning enough money to, you know, make a living doing this. And this is my freaking passion. This is what I love. I wake up every single day excited as fuck, and I work up until late nights because I don't care, because this is my hobby. I want to do whatever it takes to make it and to help more people and to grow my channel, right? This is literally, you know, my life dream. I always say, like, student aesthetics is my life piece, you know, it's my masterpiece. And so once I had that opportunity to drop out, it also had to do with me just not having time for studying anymore. I just couldn't even get my ass to school. You know, I already had a delay, and then I told myself, you know, after this delay, I'm going back to school and I'm gonna, you know, take care of everything. I just didn't have time for it because I was always thinking about this business. When I was in class, I was always, you know, thinking about new business ideas and new videos and shit like that. So I just really couldn't concentrate anymore. This was really all I was doing like the whole day. So at one point I just told myself, like, why am I still doing this, you know? And at one point I also started realizing, like, there are so many people out there with graduations who can't get a job nowadays, because right now in the time that we live in, graduations really are not as important as people think they are, as they were back in the day. And I'm absolutely not an expert in that, but that's really how I felt. And, you know, I was like, I have built up something here that is worth way more than that graduation, and that I know I can grow into something bigger and, you know, make a living off. And then from there on out, you know, I always wanted to be an entrepreneur ever since a young age. So I saw this as my opportunity to back the fuck out and to make my dreams a reality. And from here on out, I believe I can do that. So that's really how it got started. If you had to choose just one for the rest of your life, would it be Monster or coffee? Oh man, this is a really easy one for me, man. It would be coffee. I drink Monsters every now and then, but I don't wake up and drink a Monster, right? I need my coffee in the morning and throughout the day as well. Coffee is life, man, come on. One big thing you would like to achieve this year. I actually shared this on my Instagram last week, and one thing that I want to accomplish in 2017 is I want to open my own office. Now, I usually don't like to talk about goals when they are not happening yet or when I haven't really put time into them, because I'm really not looking at opening an office yet. But it is my goal to open my own student aesthetics office this year and have people working there. Because like I say very often, I want to take things to the next level. I'm at a point where I can't just do this alone anymore if I want to grow my business, you know. I can sustain my business, I can grow a little bit, but if I want to take shit to the next level, I will have to have people working with me. And in my opinion, that will also be a lot more fun for me. Because right now I'm always working on my own, right? It would be awesome, you know, to step into an office, to have all kinds of people working there, you know, great environment, atmosphere. And for me, I feel like that's a necessary step I have to take this year if I want to keep succeeding in business. And I want to start more businesses in the future. So I know that, you know, I cannot keep doing that alone. I need people working with me. So with that said, please don't shoot me any emails with applications because I got a lot after I put out the Instagram post. But I'm not looking into that yet, all right? So with that said, I want to end this Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed it as always. If you did, make sure to leave your comments down below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. I do always appreciate it. And make sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos. Make sure to follow me on Snapchat, Instagram. Links are in the description box down below. And peace out, guys. I'm gonna catch you in the next one.